taking C. Lost C.
Hello YouTube, this is Warlord Black Ops Pro, and the topic of today's commentary is going to be what do I like to see in the next Treyarch game, because as you guys know, Treyarch should be releasing their next entry in the Call of Duty franchise in November 2015. Now, while I do believe this game is going to do better than the past few titles has in terms of sales and maybe population, like playlist population, I definitely feel like there's some areas where they might slip up a little bit, and hopefully they don't. I mean, there's a few things I would like to see them get rid of. One being skill-based matchmaking, another being the catering to the MLG thing. I kind of covered that in my last video, but I don't want to repeat a Black Ops 2 and what Black Ops 2 did in terms of the maps and the gun balance, because, guys, we have to be honest with ourselves. They nerfed pretty much every single gun, most of the weapon classes except the snipers. They massively buffed the snipers to give them integrated stopping power, essentially. Which that's exactly what it is, and that's one of the reasons why quick scoping was so effective in Black Ops 2. I'd like to see that completely removed. Go back to Black Ops 1 sniping, please, Treyarch. Also, go back to Black Ops 1 map design, because that was really good map design. I mean, there wasn't a map in that game which I wouldn't play. That's an honest fact. Like, I would play every single map. There's no map like I'll just back out of the lobby once I saw it, because every map in the game was good. They had verticality. They were fast paced. They were fun. Yeah, and guys, the fun factor. They were fun. They were colorful, but not too colorful. Like Black Ops 2 overdid the color scheme. I didn't like that too much, but at least it wasn't the grays, the dark grays and browns like Ghost did. I would also like them to see them return to the classic Create Class system, Create Class 2.0. The reason I like that is because you only got 3 perks. You couldn't have all these overpowered setups with perk 1 greed, perk 2 greed, perk 3 greed, stuff like that. And it was balanced. It worked. You can customize your class pretty effectively. I mean, you can have 2 attachments if you wanted to, which is all you needed, because, guys, you can have 3 attachments in this game, but let's be honest, half the attachments are just replacements for perks. So instead of having attachments that act as perks, why not have actual perks that do the same function as attachments do? That just makes more sense. You don't have to run that certain attachment on primary and secondary. You could have perks such as sleight of hand and steady aim back. And yeah, it just ultimately made the game much more balanced. I like the pro perks. I just like everything about the Create Class 2.0. So I definitely like to see that return. I'd like to see the weapon balancing go back to 3 to 4 shot kill assault rifles, and 3 to 5 shot kill SMGs, and maybe like 3 hit kill LMGs, because Black Ops 1 did that right. I mean, if you guys haven't played Black Ops 1, it's a really balanced game, so go try that out. And everybody says the FAMAS is overpowered, but it really wasn't. Because if you're going to say the FAMAS is overpowered, then the AUG is also overpowered, since the stats were exactly the same. But of course, no one paid attention to the AUG, because, most people in the Call of Duty community are misinformed, or they're uninformed. And what happens with that is they just join the bandwagon, and they support whatever nerf or buff that like their favorite YouTubers asking for. So that's kind of a problem here, because a lot of people don't even know that the AUG is exactly the same as the FAMAS, and that's just kind of sad. I mean, everybody points that out, the FAMAS overpowered, but the gun balance in that game overall was great. The snipers were next to useless for quickscoping, because quickscoping actually took skill in that game. So I'll definitely like to see quickscoping removed to that degree in the next game. I'd also like to see shotguns nerfed back to Black Ops 1. So that means like the Black Ops 1 shotgun. So less range, less damage, just slow rate of fire, I guess. Yeah, just overall just nerfed. I don't want like people running around corners with Remingtons. None of that. I mean, shotguns, they have their place, but they shouldn't be used on every map. And unfortunately, in Black Ops 2, all the maps are really small, so I definitely want some bigger maps, because the other maps are way too small in that game. Encourage way too much shotgun use. The assault rifles were pretty weak in that game too, so shotguns and SMGs dominated. Really wasn't great. I mean, the game should definitely be assault rifle dominant, but the assault rifle should be good at close range as well as long range. So that means the handling mobility should be good. So 95% run speed, not 90%. ADS time of 2 250 milliseconds, not 300 like it was in Ghost, because in Ghost it was hard to run around with an assault rifle if you didn't have all the speed perks on and the stuff like that. I don't feel like you should have to run those type of aggressive perks just to rush around, because the heavier your weapon is, the more conservative you're going to play, the more you're going to camp at corners. So I definitely think that if Treyarch wants to make the game fast-paced, they should definitely increase mobility across all weapon classes back to the Black Ops 1 values. That's why I keep pointing at Black Ops 1, guys, because it was a really balanced game. Also, for the game in general, I'd like to see zombies return. I mean, I know they're going to bring back zombies, but none of the BS like they had in Black Ops 2 Zombies. Like, Transit was just a terrible map. I mean, sorry guys, but there was lava everywhere. The fog covered half the map. Actually covered more than half the map, because there was only like 5 areas where there was like no fog there. But the rest of the areas, like if you missed the bus, you would have to run through the fog and while walking on lava. It was just really annoying. So just none of that. Make classic zombies maps, like classic style zombies maps, but also make an 8-player game mode where everyone's on the same team, because Grief, the reason it never caught on was because everyone was on a different team. So if one team got like a max ammo, the other team wouldn't get it, and like, sure, you can try to cooperate with the other team, but it just doesn't work out that well. And I didn't like the whole idea of the competition, because not only are you fighting the zombies, but you're also fighting the enemy team. I didn't really like that, so I hope they bring out the 8-player zombies, but like where 8 players are on the same team. I think that'd make it a lot more fun. Definitely, innovate in the zombies story and the zombies gameplay, but don't overly complicate it. Don't bring in unnecessary BS. Like, don't add boss zombies that are really annoying. Don't add giant robots that step on you and make it really hard to train. Don't add don't add really annoying boss zombies and stuff. Like, make it fun. Don't make like them steal your guns or anything like that. I mean, overall, I just don't want any BS in that game mode. Probably bring Hellhounds back, because they were good. They were a good boss. That's a perfect example of a boss zombie. Like, you wouldn't lose your gun or anything, but they were not too hard to take out, and you would get a free max ammo. And they're coming their own little round, and yeah, that was fun. That's why World War zombies are really good. The best in the franchise history. And this is just an overall thing, but I would like to see them go back to the past for their setting. I think World War II setting. We haven't had a World War II setting for Call of Duty since 2008 with World at War. So I definitely think that it's time for a change, because we're just getting modern shooter after modern shooter or futuristic shooter time and time again. And I think it's just been overdone. So I would definitely like to go back to the past, or possibly mix it up a bit. I mean, there's something called Call of Duty Online in China that's only available in China, and it's kind of a mixture between like COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, and Black Ops, where they mix each other's guns and stuff up and the maps up too. That might be kind of fun to try out, like, but it kind of just be like a mashup of my games. I don't think that would work as a standalone game though. Well, like for this, like, but I definitely like to see a World War II era shooter again. Like, they could do a lot of that stuff, like with Creative Class 2.0. I mean, no stoppy power, no Juggernaut, none of that crap. Just Creative Class 2.0. I think it'd be a successful game. And more importantly, a game that the franchise needs. Without this game, the franchise will die out pretty soon, because, you know, if they keep going down the road they are going, we're catering to MLG and YouTubers and special interest groups such as FaZe and Optic, the franchise is just gonna kill itself. It's gonna die out within a few years. And that's kind of what's happening. And this is kind of the defining moment for Call of Duty, because it's either now or never. Because Call of Duty can save themselves. Treyarch just has to make a good game, and they probably will. They'll make a game that's relatively good compared to the others, in my opinion, because they're gonna at least have zombies. Zombies is always fun, but just hopefully the multiplayer is good too. I mean, but we have to be cautiously optimistic, because last month Vonderhaar was tweeting about domination, and one of his tweets was that he was testing out domination without a time limit, so that like, if one team dominated you the first round, you could still have a chance of winning the second round. And the problem with that was, like, I mean, overall, it's a good change, removing the time limit. But here's the problem. There's still rounds in domination, and rounds don't belong in domination. That's still an element from MLG and competitive and stuff like that. That doesn't belong in casual games like Call of Duty. Call of Duty is an arcade shooter. It's not meant to be played professionally, really. I mean, MLG makes it into a professional game by banning half the maps, banning half the guns and the perks and stuff. But it's meant for a casual gamer. It's not meant for a professional. And they gotta start catering to the casual again. Otherwise, you know, that casual is gonna be alienated and people are gonna start leaving again, kind of like they have been for the past few years. So that's kind of what they need to do. They need to essentially just make a better game. And you know, hopefully Activision realizes that, you know, in order to increase their sales, they don't have to do micro DLC like only a month after the game comes out. They don't have to do any of that. They wouldn't have to do that in the first place if they made a better game and people actually wanted to buy, people actually wanted to play. I mean, if they did that, then this franchise would be saved. And pretty much what it comes down to is just cater to the casual again. Make it fun to play. Make it fun for the casual to play, not for the pro. Don't listen to the YouTubers anymore. Don't listen to any people like that, because you know they're just there to promote themselves. They're not really there to support the franchise at all. They're just there just to kind of support themselves. That's all it comes down to. So guys, hopefully Activision realizes this and starts fixing the franchise and making it how it was, how the CODs used to be. Because if they do that, if Treyarch does that, you know, Call of Duty will be saved. They have to reverse the damage done by the other games over the previous years. So anyway guys, hope you guys enjoyed the commentary, and thanks for watching. See you guys later.